Recently, there are a lot of rumors about the reduction in the line, but Saudi Arabia still insists that its 170 kilometers long megacity project is on track, and there is no plan to reduce it even an inch. Among its notable mega-projects, they recently planned a 2-kilometer tall skyscraper. Saudi Arabia is an oil-dependent country, and undoubtedly, they are striving to reduce its reliance on oil, which is why they are working on Vision 2030. This strategic plan aims to decrease Saudi Arabia's reliance on oil, broaden its economy, and modernize sectors like healthcare, education, tourism, and entertainment. Since its introduction, Vision 2030 has prompted various initiatives and reforms, including new visa regulations to promote tourism, the establishment of cinemas and entertainment venues, and the launch of numerous mega-projects. Keeping that purpose in mind, Mohammed bin Salman introduced a mega-project NEOM, consisting of 10 regions. But they've revealed details about 5 regions so far. These include the Line, which is the most famous, along with Oxagon, Trojena, Sindalah, and the Gulf of Aqaba. Under the Gulf of Aqaba region, there are more tourism projects planned, such as Leja, Epicon, Utamo, Sirana, and others. In our previous video, we shared Bloomberg's reports with you, which mentioned the scaling back of the line from 105 miles to just 1.5 miles remaining, a reduction of 98.6%. But recently, the Saudi Economy Minister, Faisal Al-Ibrahim, told CNBC that there is no change in scale. It is a long-term project that's modular in design. That means the line project will continue at the planned scale, and the reports about the reduction in the line length are just a misunderstanding. If we consider the statement of the Saudi Economy Minister, it's clear that the line project will be completed in different phases. Currently, Phase 1 of the project is underway, which is expected to be completed by 2030 and will cover a distance of up to 1.5 miles. This means that the line construction will continue and it will be completed up to 105 miles in length without any reduction. Even the Chief Operating Officer of the line, Giles Pendleton, has clarified this through a video shared on his media account. He mentioned in his post that despite inaccurate media reports, the project has achieved significant progress, especially in excavation, and is nearing completion of reduced piling levels. Additionally, the dewatering process is also progressing well, possibly reaching its maximum capacity. Apart from scaling back, there were also many concerns highlighted by Bloomberg. They revealed the financial challenges of the project, which is estimated to potentially cost up to $1.5 trillion. In response, Saudi Arabia sought financial assistance from Kuwait, securing over $16 billion in funding for various projects, including NEOM. This funding has been provided to Saudi Arabia. Additionally, NEOM obtained a new credit line of $2.67 billion from local banks, as reported by Reuters. In response to these financial concerns, Saudi Arabia's Economy Minister, Faisal Al-Ibrahim, assured CNBC that all NEOM projects would be executed according to their priorities, considering their economic impact and returns, while minimizing any risks. He also said more investors are interested in NEOM, especially from China. Well, according to Bloomberg, Saudi Arabia's NEOM project is also planning to issue its first Islamic bonds in order to secure additional funding. And according to them, Desert Megacity could raise up to $1.3 billion by selling these bonds at the end of this year. Additionally, Saudi Arabia plans to open the first part of its NEOM mega project, Sindalah, in the same time frame. Its opening will have a significant impact on Saudi Arabia's economic growth. If successful, Sindalah could attract a substantial number of tourists and investors, positioning Saudi Arabia as a major player in the global tourism industry. This, in turn, would enhance the country's global reputation and increase its attractiveness for further investments and partnerships. To attract adventurous people looking for something different out in the open sea, Saudi Arabia has introduced the Rig. It's like a big playground out on the water, with over 70 fun things to do spread across a huge area. You've got everything from rides and water parks to cool theaters and even a place to land helicopters. Plus, there are 11 restaurants and 800 hotel rooms if you want to stay over. You can get there super fast from Jubail in just 10 minutes, or Dammam in 20 minutes by helicopter or seaplane. Or if you prefer a more leisurely ride, you can take the ferry, which will get you there in about 90 minutes. To stand out as a unique tourist destination worldwide, Saudi Arabia has announced a new project to build the world's tallest tower, which will be taller than Dubai's 828-meter-high Burj Khalifa skyscraper. This new tower will be more than 2 kilometers, which is equal to 2,000 meters in height. It would also be taller than the tallest building in Saudi Arabia, the Abraj Al Bait Royal Clock Tower in Mecca. This is Saudi Arabia's second big attempt to make the world's tallest building. The Jeddah Tower is already being built in Jeddah and will be 1,000 meters tall. The new 2 kilometers tall tower will be located north of Riyadh. Saudi Arabia has partnered with Foster & Partners for its construction. To facilitate new tourists, Saudi Arabia and Foster & Partners are also working on new airports under Vision 2030. One of these is King Salman International Airport. This airport will cover an area of 57 square kilometers, including 12 square kilometers for retail, logistics support, and recreational facilities. It will have 6 parallel runways and is designed to handle 120 million passengers initially by 2030 and 185 million passengers by 2050. The airport will also be able to process 3.5 million tons of cargo. Another airport is the Red Sea International Airport, and it's currently under construction in Saudi Arabia, located on the west coast. Its design includes 5 pod buildings arranged around a central drop-off and pickup area, drawing inspiration from the local surroundings. To serve travelers interested in the Red Sea project, the airport features mini terminals that can operate independently and enhance energy efficiency. It is expected to accommodate 1 million passengers by 2030. To become a prominent tourism destination, at the end of March, Saudi Arabia announced plans to build a large amusement park based on the popular Dragon Ball manga series through a video presentation. It will cover an area of 500,000 square meters and will include a 229-foot dragon, along with 5 state-of-the-art rides, over 30 attractions, and 7 themed zones. The completion date for this project is still unknown, so we have to wait for their next announcement. But one thing that is clear is that the theme park will be built in the massive new entertainment city, Qiddiya. And besides amusement parks, Qiddiya will also feature various arts venues and sports facilities. One of the most notable among them is the Mohammed bin Salman Stadium. The stadium will hold 45,000 people, but it's not as big as the Mayfair Stadium in North Korea, which has 114,000 seats. It's designed to look really modern, with a roof that can open and close. It's being built by a famous company called Populous, known for the Las Vegas MSG Sphere. There will be a huge screen inside for showing soccer games, e-sport contests, concerts, and other events. They're even putting a water tank underneath to help power the air conditioning. They're hoping to host the 2034 Football World Cup, and Saudi Arabia is the only country officially bidding for it, so they have a good chance of winning. The stadium will also host Saudi Pro League clubs Al Hilal and Al Nassr. Since Cristiano Ronaldo joined Al Nassr, his impact has been felt across various sectors in Saudi Arabia. Increased tourism, revenue, brand visibility, and social impact are some of the opportunities and growth he has sparked for businesses in the country. Is it a good decision for Saudi Arabia to sign him in order to attract more visitors and investors? Well, what we can tell is that all of these projects are part of the Public Investment Fund's portfolio, which is financing many projects. And the Public Investment Fund's source of income is dependent on oil production. And recently, due to the decrease in oil prices, the Public Investment Fund has been significantly affected. The government needs oil to be priced at $108 per barrel to balance its budget and meet its investment plans. Due to the challenges posed by lower oil prices, Saudi Arabia is actively seeking new investors to support its economic initiatives. One such initiative is the NEOM project, which has been promoted at international events in Cannes, France, and major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Hong Kong to attract potential investors. However, despite these efforts, there are uncertainties regarding whether all these projects will be completed by the target year of 2030, especially Muqab. Well, work has already started on Muqab to meet the target year. Excavation efforts are underway, with over 400,000 cubic meters of material already cleared from the site. However, there is still an increasing need to speed up the progress of work to ensure that it is completed on time. Taking into account the significant impact of declining oil prices on the Saudi economy, the government is also keen on diversifying away from reliance on oil. Consequently, Saudi Arabia has initiated numerous sustainable energy projects to achieve this goal. These projects include NEOM Green Hydrogen, Solar PV Project, Sudair Solar PV Project, Schweiber Solar PV Project, and many more. Saudi Arabia is asserting that all its projects are eco-friendly, but there are still some lingering concerns. Saudi Arabia is putting all its efforts into completing Vision 2030. However, the question remains whether they will succeed in their mission and if all their projects will prove fruitful.